Good afternoon, educators. Hope you are safe. Hope you are healthy. Thank you for doing your part in this worldwide movement to flatten the curve on the coronavirus, to help keep our social distance, to avoid being out in public unless it's absolutely necessary, to help reduce the stress on our healthcare system so we can manage this crisis that we're going through. Thank you for really doing your part to revolutionize our school system here in a matter of days. It's been 12 days since our students have been dismissed from school, and think about the revolution that's been occurring in the way we do instruction since that time. And so thank you, for doing your part in trying to change the way we do work here in such a short amount of time. Um, we said 12 days since student dismissal. Another number to keep in mind is it's been 169 days since our contract as educators have expired. We do realize that we're in the middle of a crisis, and that is of the utmost priority right now. But it's important to keep that in mind that our contract is important. The work we do as a union is important. And even during crisis times. So just reminding people where we left off before the student dismissal, we were waiting for the district to issue a counter proposal back to us. That's where things stand right now, and that'll go through the mediator, through the mediation process back to us. So we understand both parties have been really focused on this transition that we've been going through. So we're going to allow that transition to really continue to take place here, and then in the very near future, at an appropriate time, our bargaining team and organizing team will come together to discuss our strategy and our organizing and bargaining and how we adjust to this new world. So that's where things stand. We are waiting on a counter proposal from the district to go through the mediator. But as we wait for that, our focus is on this transition, and we do have issues we need to get worked out right now in these new learning and working conditions that we find ourselves in. So we have a meeting scheduled tomorrow morning at the district office with leaders from the union. We're going to have our union board and bargaining team, the full teams on virtual standby. There'll be a few of us there in person, including our CTA staff and our bargaining chair. And we are meeting with the district to come up with what we describe as a memorandum of understanding on our new working conditions. And let me be very clear, this is not going to cover every single thing that it really is going to take place here in the coming months. This is a document to provide some basic guidelines, parameters around the work we're doing, and looking at things like, what are our expected hours to be available for communications? What is our expected response time on communication? Because I know a lot of you have expressed your own childcare issues and things in your house that you're working through, and that you can't be instantly available all the time. And we understand that, and so we want to take that into account as we look at some sort of guidelines around this. We want to look at guidelines around video and audio recording. That's been an issue. I think there's some legal issues that revolve around that as well, and rights that both our students and our members have around privacy that need to get worked out with that. Also need to look at things like returning to work, right? I know there was a message last week where Dr. Mitchell updated us on some of the county guidelines around school dismissal, and then around when the safe at home order goes away. Those are not dates that we are coming back as employees. Okay, that needs to still be worked out. We need to work out kind of the notification. When are we going to? How much time are we going to be told ahead of time before to come in? We have to look at childcare issues if we do need to be coming in at all before the students return, or how do we deal with childcare and things like that. So all of that needs to get worked out. Another aspect we're hoping to get some guidelines around is kind of looking at some appropriate instructional time and instructional allocation to students at different grade levels. I know we have a plan in phase 3, but we do believe educators need to be a big voice in that plan. And so the district is really open to talking with us, through this process about these different guidelines that we'd like to bring forward. So we do have a meeting set for tomorrow morning. The hope is that by the weekend and the time we break for our spring break, that we'd be able to give an update, have some basic guidelines in place that will allow us to work a little more clearly as we come back from spring break, and do this at least for really the next month. So that's kind of where things stand on that front. Our organizing team is still meeting and talking and discussing, and one of the things they've asked us to push forward this week is to kind of return to our red on Thursdays, even if it's wearing it virtually. So we're going to ask everybody to wear your red shirts tomorrow. If you're doing a Zoom meeting, consider posting on social media you with your red shirt. Talk about the work that public educators are doing, something positive about public schools. That's a great way to continue our Red for Ed movement, that national movement. And if there's really a time for that, and education and public educators coming together, it's right now. So please wear your red shirts tomorrow, and we're going to keep that tradition kind of going forward as well. Another thing to keep on your radar is we do have an a Zoom workout club that's been going on. We are meeting Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6:30 in the morning and then 3:30 in the afternoon with different instructors that are coming in doing different types of workouts from your living room. So it's not only a way for us to connect, ask or get questions from people about our working conditions and whatnot, but also a way to kind of keep some routine in your life, to keep some of that health going on. So please feel free to join us. The workout code and information is in the description down here in the video. So hope to see some of you there. Looking forward to giving you hopefully a more in-depth update on this memorandum of understanding and these guidelines by the end of the week and the time that we break to go to spring break. So stay healthy, stay safe, keep your social distance, and we will check in with you later. Take care.